I will say that we are in the Stone Tooth Citadel, which we still probably should rename at some point, although maybe it'll just stay the Stone Tooth Citadel.
I'm going to add that to Calder's agenda to have with Kretha later.
And we've been here for a little bit, and I believe the next step that the players had was to have a primarily all-you conversation about what to do from here and what information you all have gathered. I believe that's where we're headed. But once again, I'm exhausted, so please feel free to let me know. This is going to be a very player-driven game, so you tell me where we're going, and I'll help set the scene.
All right.
So it's what? The third day after the full moon?
We'll say that you did have another long rest, so all of you are fully recharged and ready to face whatever comes next. But yeah, it's been what? We'll say it's been 3 days since the full moon. I think that's a pretty good number. It gives everyone a chance to have at least had some downtime to just freak out about everything that happened during the full moon.
Yeah, fair.
Speaking of things that happened during the full moon, I think that's Echo would be busy with that, with helping track the numbers and test and try to figure out how many of the dwarves and the dwarven forces are now infected with lycanthropy. So he's probably a bit busy with that.
Makes sense.
We discussed it at other points, but Calder was the one responsible for getting back to Silverymoon and then boarding back to that relevant party back to the Stone Tooth so that we could have that exchange much faster.
So why don't we start there? So I know that Calder was going to go ahead and jump through the teleportation circle to Silverymoon, and was going to rendezvous with some folks there to make sure they were here when we all got together and started exchanging ideas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Calder take anyone with him to Silverymoon, or is Calder just like, "Hey guys, I'll be back, peace"?
I mean, I'll be back, peace, because if Echo's occupied, that's really the only person he'd want to take. No offense to literally everyone M is playing, but Vic is in heaven at the moment. Why would I interrupt that? And Ghost is...
Vic would go, though.
Yeah, Vic would go. We're going right back, so what's the point?
Calder thinks about bothering Vic about it and then doesn't.
Yeah.
This man has never gone on a field trip in his life. He has no idea what field trips are.
Actually, yeah, it's Silverymoon. He would check in with Ghost.
Ghost would go. Ghost would be like,
like,
let's do it.
Have you ever been to Silverymoon?
No. Do they fight there? I'm not doing the voice right now.
Not nearly enough. That's kind of a problem. That's a
we
problem.
should fix it.
Yeah, I believe that Silverymoon does not have like a history of gladiatorial combat.
It's because it's full of fucking elves.
Isn't Ghost an elf?
Ghost is a different type of elf. Ghost is better than that.
They're all fucking elves, said the elf.
The trip is uneventful. It's a teleportation circle. It's very easy to get to.
Literally, I walked through a circle in one room and then appear in another room. That was the trip.
Yeah. Now, the teleportation circle in Silverymoon is indeed maintained by the Harpers, and as such is not like common knowledge. And I'm gonna say that you come out into the room that holds the circle, and
isn't it in like a back room of the Gilded Lily Tavern?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can hear immediately, the first thing you hear is a voice singing in the other room that is very familiar to you at this point. It's a kind of a raspy old man voice singing and entertaining the crowd on the other side of the tavern as you pop into that back room.
Calder, suppressing every desire he has to cast an acid ball at the man, will exit. Will flash the Harper badge to anyone who tries to stop him.
Yeah, nobody tries to stop you.
And then otherwise, he'll look around, be annoyed at something, and we'll walk up to the old man.
So Calder and Ghost are like recognized by folks. Not everybody, Not everybody, but folks who are really plugged into what's going on in the adventuring world, Ghost and Calder are damn near celebrities at this point, at least among that particular crowd. Like, your average person on the street isn't going to know who you are, but, like, wrestling fans are wrestling fans. And it's the same thing with adventurers here in this world that we're building together. So some folks will begin to sort of, like, look at you and, like, is that really? Really? And you will get at least one or two folks approaching you for autographs at some point. But for now, you go ahead and approach Thomas, the bard, who totally didn't leave you for dead.
Quick thing.
Yeah.
Calder approaches Merryweather. Ghost has reached into a pocket and has pulled out flyers that are already signed.
So it turns out, and Thomas is jovial about it, although, like, being upstaged is never a great thing for a bard. But, like, suddenly there are several people who are very interested in these flyers. Are they advertisements, or are they just like pictures of ghosts?
Oh no, these are like the advertising flyers. These are just like the extra ones left over. These are promo photos. These are promo photos, but they're like not just of Ghost, but Ghost is obviously the big one, because why would he pick up other people's promo flyers? They are signed with like a silver Sharpie.
So I'm gonna ask you to at some point think about what your entrance music is, if you haven't yet. I'm sure you have, but what is Ghost's entrance song? No pressure right now, but that's a thing I will want to know at some point in the future. So Calder approaches the bard, who, like, is continuing to pick at his lute because, you know, some background music, but he has definitely stopped singing because people have stopped paying attention to him. And he'll look over at Calder. Ah, good to see you again. I don't remember what voice I did for him, so hopefully I'll make it right.
You say he's an old man raspy voice. So just
right.
That. Merryweather.
I have heard some incredible tales of your valor, and I look forward to embellishing and retelling them.
Very, very good. I just I'm here in town. I'm not here for very long, just on some quick business. I'm wondering if you could help me, actually.
Oh, anything for you, my friend.
I need you to cast Sending for me.
Would you like to write out your message? 25 words is 25 words.
Just a simple introduction, just to say, Calder Creed is here in Silverymoon, and is going to be wanting to take them back to the Stone Tooth.
And who's this message to? Yes.
Hyacinth.
The Marquis. Yes.
Yes. The one he is most likely to know.
Fair.
Yes. This is certainly possible. Your friend is very popular. Not for no reason, of course.
Oh, you missed the exhibition match in the Glitterhame.
He stops. His fingers stop moving over the strings, and he looks around, and he sort of takes a half bow, and he puts the lute away, and he says, "Say more."
I will regale Merryweather with suitably embellished details, the way a bard would like, of the exhibition match between Ghost and Arnon, the Dwerger
despot.
The Dwerger despot, like the Machine Man.
Oh man. Like he's gonna start sort of like as you're talking to him, he's gonna start like trying out rhymes as you're going, like Machine Man. Ghost doesn't have a tan? No, that doesn't work.
You'll figure it out, I'm certain. You're a bard. But yes. So will that suffice? A story in exchange for a quick sending.
Oh yes, of course. And he will.
Thank you very much.
So just conveying your best wishes and the idea that you might want him to meet you here or at the Stone Tooth.
Here is easier.
And he will do so. He'll cast the spell. And I'm not going to say the exact words. 25 words is plenty to get across the message that you're looking for. Ghost. So you hand out a bunch of flyers, and that's fine.
Yep.
And people are like, it's not the whole crowd. Like you're not The Rock yet, but people are definitely interested, and you get a few people like telling you highlights of your own career back at the Xanathar's arena. What are you up to? Are you just handing things out and that's that, or
well, I
do you
mean,
have anything else
I
going
would
on?
be like, I don't know, posing for selfies and shit.
Make a minor illusion. It'll last longer.
I'm wondering now because I feel like selfies should be a thing, but I feel like there's a combination of spells or perhaps a custom spell that would do that.
Prestidigitation should cover it.
Prestidigitation, you can just.
I love it.
Like
Just onto a paper.
Like it's
Prestidigitation.
have a selfie, it's a mirror, so you're just like you're making an image of the you're just burning an image in the paper of what you see in the mirror, so you have a clear image of it.
Prestidigitation is the D&D version of AI art.
Sure.
So now we're going to scene change. This is going to happen a few times because we're doing some shit. Oh wait, what else?
Unrelated side note. It would be either Victory or Battleborn by Two Steps from Hell off of the Battlecry album.
Nice.
I was gonna say, when Thomas sends that message of like, "Come meet me in Silverymoon," does Hyacinth tell him that there's people already on their way to Silverymoon?
I feel like what was the thing, because I was AFK looking at songs.
That's the scene change. So we are going to shift our focus from the tavern in Silverymoon to the still being rebuilt Chateau Hyacinth on the borders of the Silver Marches. Silver Marches, whatever.
Silver Marches.
And yeah, so Hyacinth will receive a message from Thomas that basically conveys the idea that Calder is here with him and would love to reconvene so that everyone could go back to the Stone Tooth, and also that he hears your friend Charlotte was a serious badass and would love more details.
Okay.
You get a 25-word response.
Hyacinth is watching construction happening from like a covered canopy lounge area. Just kind of like a little high, a little drunk, but like not too much to ruin the baby because Hyacinth's hella fucking pregnant, dude. So
yeah, and was murdering werewolves literally 2 nights ago.
Yeah, but there's a difference between being pregnant 2 nights ago and being pregnant right now, okay? I don't have to do heavy lifting. Jeez. So he's laying back and he gets this message and he's like, deep sigh. Yeah, there was some wild shit that happened. Silvery, they're already on the way. Don't worry about it. You'll get it when they get there. Can I have another one of these, please? Thank you.
And that's 25. I didn't actually count, but I'm going to say that was 25.
That sounds like it was 20.
I'm rewriting
like
math.
already talking to someone else.
Send tweet.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and shift focus again to the folks that are on their way to Silverymoon. And I'm going to let you all decide sort of how close you are. This is Charlotte, played by Gale, and Pyre, played by Jeff. And how are you getting there?
I think they walked, or maybe took a carriage.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they got there.
I like the idea of them
night.
like going to take a carriage, and then all of the carriages are destroyed.
Because there was a tree.
Yeah, a tree fell on them.
You know, and so just maybe a horse. I think
go to the stables. All of them were eaten.
Yeah, I think because Clarion and Laura are also on the way here. Like, I think we got here last night because Clarion and Laura are picking up the kid who was sent to Silverymoon for safety, but Charlotte and Pyre are here to like make contact with the Harpers and try to get to the Stone Tooth. So I think they've already split at this point. Like, they got here last night, checked in, they split, and now Charlotte and Pyre are maybe on Hyacinth's advice as totally not a Harper, or heading towards a certain tavern named after a gilded flower.
So
Hyacinth would have passed on a pin.
No, I am going to say that, yeah, I mean, the moment that Thomas, because Thomas is familiar with Charlotte as well. Yes, you have crossed paths? No, that was Echo.
Never met him before in my life.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know who that motherfucker
Okay.
is. Charlotte has never...
So he wouldn't be able to ascend directly to
Hyacinth
her.
would have pointing them in the direction of that guy.
Yeah. Hyacinth is totally not a Harper.
Hyacinth just knows Harpers. I don't know if I get that one.
Pyre would do something unusual because he is that, and going to the Silverymoon might cause a small ruckus. So he would offer to turn into something more innocuous.
Seems
Is
reasonable.
Faerun racist against Dragonborn?
Against the chromatics, yes.
Charlotte,
That's so weird.
I think, like we did that last night when we got in, so like there wouldn't be any stuff. But like if you're asking the morning of when they're going to set out to go find this contact, Charlotte's like, I don't care what you look like.
For the sake of travel, it's easy enough. Well, we're already here. What are they going to do? Bar me from entering Silverymoon?
Oh, if they try. I am a lady of the realm, so...
Oh, that'll go great. For entirely non-royal reasons.
They can try.
They're
Besides,
welcome to try.
You're here to guide me around, right? And she like loops her arm around his giant fucking arms.
Like, unless she's done that before, like this is probably a... Like, is that your... What am I grabbing? My bicep.
All right.
So
Yeah.
the
Maybe causing a stir in the crowds as we're walking along the street.
a little bit. The tavern that you're heading to does have music playing, but you do note that as you're walking towards it, the vocal part of the song seems to just stop, but the playing is still happening. And yeah, like it's not like people are afraid or angry, but you definitely are attracting notice. Whether it's because you are a red dragonborn or because you are incredibly ripped, or both, you don't know.
And like a good like head and a half taller than your average elf.
Yeah. You're like, what, 7 feet tall? You're huge.
I put my scales to the highest a character can go. So I think on a dragonborn it is like seriously 6.5 feet tall. So.
Now we have not had a die roll yet, but I do notice that Chris Choco Sunshine, welcome my friend, has gifted a advantage on the next D20 roll. So remember that because I will not.
Yeah, 6'6" is what I got.
So yeah, as we're heading into the tavern, Charlotte's gonna keep an ear out for the loose description of Harper she was given is that they're bards, so she's trying to we heard music, this is the tavern Hyacinth said to check out, so let's check it out.
As you
do we
enter,
walk directly into Calder?
as you enter, the music stops and you notice there's a crowd like in the area, like it seems almost agitated. There's a crowd sort of convening around the bar area where a lot of folks are kind of pressed together. It's hard to see what they're looking at, but like there's a lot of folks that are very intently looking at something near the end of the bar.
I think Swoops senses a commotion and takes off of her necklace to circle the room.
Swoops.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Pyre will Pyre will move Charlotte somewhere to sit and will order drinks.
M.
Oh, the cluster of people. If the camera like flies over there on Swoop's back, I'll like GoPro. It's Ghost and like probably the biggest dude in the room, and they're just going like arm wrestling match.
Biggest dude in the room before Pyre walked in.
Yeah.
Before Pyre walked in, yes.
Look, I didn't say that he immediately challenged Pyre to a throwdown, but like there's like a little tiny stack of coins on the side.
Yeah, and the crowd is kind of really getting into it, going wild, like go! Look, he's so small. How are you not?
Ghost is like, no, I get it. Lean into it. You're good. You're doing great. Yeah, no. Don't pull towards you. Pull down. Pull down. You got it. You can do this. You're doing.
No. Pulling towards you gives you more leverage when you rotate down. I've been watching arm wrestling videos on YouTube for some reason.
I didn't say he was giving good advice.
So yeah, Swoops will note that Ghost is totally hustling people with tests of strength, and will also clock that Calder is currently in a quiet discussion with the bard playing the lute, who stops and immediately turns to Calder in fascination, and like says something to him quietly that you can't hear.
I think Swoops is going to send a general feeling of glee along the connection back to Charlotte, and then dive bomb for Calder's face.
So Calder just finishes the story, and
Bam! There's a tiny bat on your knees.
like immediately, like defenses go up. He's like summoning power, and then wait,
Climbing upwards to hang from your horns.
Like, hello, Swoops.
Those chittering bat noises at you.
He immediately reaches up and goes, "Oh my god, I missed you."
Quick question.
Only demon I like.
Okay, I was about to say, quick question off game. Calder is or is not aware of the fact that Swoops turned into a horrible rage monster?
Has been told he's a demon. Has been told Swoops is a demon.
Okay.
He was not there for Swoops' true form reveal.
No, was not there for that, but he has been informed.
Yes.
I feel like that's gonna change things, but
scritch.
Swoops will just lean into all the scritches.
And wait, if you're here, that means it turns, like scans the room.
Charlotte does not look quite the same, I think, as she did the last time you saw her. So I'm going to go ahead and let Gail do some description.
Yeah, I think as Pyre sat her down, I think she's at the bar. Probably not crowded this time of morning.
Pyre is checking out the commotion.
Yes. But Charlotte is sitting there. She's more or less physically the same that Calder last saw, but she is, for the first time, and as long as he can remember, not wearing her family colors. She is wearing a blue dress with yellow accents made of this, it looks like leather, but it also looks too light and thin to be real leather. And there's also, as you're looking over towards her, you kind of, I assume that, this being a tavern, there's lots of like food smells and drink smells, but like there's a scent of ozone that's starting to permeate the room.
Toaster Meriwether, excuse me a moment.
Oh, of course, yes.
And is going to probably very much surprise Swoops by Misty stepping over to Charlotte.
Well, yeah, Swoops doesn't go with you with that, right?
Yeah, just bork.
There's a moment where Swoop just hangs there and then just falls and then flies away.
I think he'll start fucking with Thomas's hair. Like landing in it and just kind of trying to burrow into his puffy old man hair.
Trying to make a nest out of Meriwether's hair.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah, so Calder just appears next to Charlotte.
You never see her react to it. Not that she has seen you, but that she felt the magic happen. Mm-hmm. Gonna turn towards you and can I do a perception check?
Sure.
Some vibes. Some vibes perception check.
Vibes. Yeah.
Wait, are you looking for like
Do I get-
insight vibes or perception vibes?
Well, I would think it might be perception because Charlotte can, in a way, sense magic. So I think she's doing.
Sweet.
She's very much like tasting the air to see, like, okay, who magically just appeared in front of me.
Charlotte's doing this.
So would that be perception or should it be an Arcana check?
Let's go ahead and go with a perception's
Insight.
fine, or insight would also be fine. And note that Calder has already rolled his deception, and
It came out exactly as I wanted it.
Oh,
Wow.
that was so close.
Wow.
That was so- wait, shouldn't one of us have gotten the advantage on this? Oh well, we'll do the next one.
oh right. I mean, technically, Calder got advantage, which would not have helped. So why don't we go ahead and have Charlotte roll that again? And for God's sake, get better than a 9.
Get better
You know
than
what?
a 2.
Yeah, come on. Let me grab the right die. There
Okay,
we go.
that's a little bit more like it. Yes. So you are able to succeed. Thank you very much to Choco Sunshine for that that donation of channel points.
Calder has 0 sense of concealment, no desire to hide anything.
You
just
just
an
misty stepped.
just an extreme well of joy at seeing a friend.
I think Charlotte is going to reach out and get a grab of one of your arms and stand up and pull you into a hug, while saying in Draconic, "You're a little different than when I last saw you."
I could say the same. Give just a very gentle hug. And say, Much has happened. I've learned much.
Same.
It's good
Is
to
it-
see you.
It's good to be here. Is this just good timing, or are you here
yes,
for something else?
I came here to, summon the Brain Trust.
I do have information that
As we've been told, we got your message.
yes, Hyacinth and Clarion and Lore need to stay and guard the estate and the lands, but we all had a bit of a
And they're all
consolidating of notes, and I have that with me.
And they're all okay.
They are.
Good. I'm happy for 2/3 of that.
Clarion got a little more impaled than we all would have liked, but he made it through the night.
At this point, it's what Clarion does best.
Oh, side note, out of character to Olivia, Hyacinth would have said that it was okay if you told the other people about their current condition.
Yeah, she also is very aware that they are still in a public tavern right now.
Right,
So
but it's
she's-
like one of those things that you
Yeah.
have gotten permission.
Speaking of being in a public tavern, we are going to shift very quickly over to Ghost, who absolutely destroys the person that he was arm wrestling. Like in one of those like slowly, and then boom, done.
No.
And I imagine Ghost does one of those wonderful open challenges to anybody who might be
Absolutely.
who might be brave enough and strong enough to come and challenge.
I'm gonna take the coins off the table first. I'm gonna leave 2, and I'm gonna pass them back to 2 of them and pass them back, and I'll be like, just in case, if you're feeling stressed right now, have a drink on me.
Pyre is casting Bull Strength on himself because he's a cheat. But
That's fine.
What is
and
Pyre's strength with Bull's strength?
Bull Strength just gives you advantage on Bull
Yeah.
Strength rolls. It's all
Awesome. That's right. It's
It's
not. It
enhanceability.
used to be like.
enhanceability.
It used to be like
it's a
plus
subset of
4.
Enhanceability.
I'm still
Yeah,
living back
yeah,
in 3rd edition.
No, it was worse than that. It was at one point it was a roll a d4.
And then the ghost will turn and be like, is there anyone who would dare challenge me? I can always use extra coins.
A very large red-scaled hand grabs the table, just runs the fingers, smiles. You
It's not
are
my table. We can't
magnificent.
hurt it. We can't hurt. It's not my table. There's rules.
Oh, I haven't heard it yet.
Okay, don't ruin the table. It's not mine. That's the first one.
But easy enough.
Simple in rules. We are doing an arm wrestle. Is where we hold hands, and then we see who gets overpowered by the other. Super simple and easy.
Simple enough game.
And we'll do like a gold piece each, and then maybe we do like 3 or 4 rounds, maybe 5 rounds if you think you can handle it. And then we just double the pot every time.
That sounds fine.
Okay. This is best.
So
You know,
the
3
crowd
and 5.
parts. The crowd parts around Pyre. Again, Pyre towers over basically everybody, right? Like he is fully at least a foot taller than basically anybody else in this tavern, and folks will back up so that they can all
How tall
watch.
is Pyre?
And
7'6"?
Like 6'5", yeah.
So
7
Ghost
with
and
the
Pyre
lens.
about the
so
same
so
height.
Ghost and Pyre are
Sorry.
about the same. Yeah. So
They're
everyone
about the same
else
with this,
though.
like with his horns and her done-up hair, they're about the same.
Yeah.
Or his done-up hair, just
Like Ghost
eerie
was all
similarity.
pronounced.
Thomas will continue to play his lute, but he will also like turn to one of the tavern employees and start keeping a book. Because folks are like, I wonder who's gonna. He's gonna immediately start firing up the old gambling whatevers. So he's gonna start taking bets. Like I said, I'm exhausted. Please bear with me.
I got 22 to clock that, so I can go get my cut later.
Yeah, so you will absolutely you're used to this, right? Like if you're gonna do a random like arm wrestling competition in the bar, someone's gonna start taking bets. So yeah, you got there.
It's less of a who am I gonna have to go punch later, and more of a like which person is the one doing the bet staking, because it's a tavern, it's people, you never know.
Absolutely.
So Pyre will will undo his cloak, fold it, like tuck it with his staff. It like stands his staff like a foot away from the table and just let go, and it's standing perfectly fine.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. That's fine. Can I want to do this straight because I feel like this is fun. I want to performance hype myself up
Okay.
for this.
Yeah.
Kind of I want to like boost the crowd a little bit. Because realistically the money intake isn't from the other competitor. It's from the crowd.
Mhm.
That's a 16 on performance. That's fair. So yeah, like, are you cutting a promo right now, or are you like?
I feel like I want to use this time to like explain the rules, like in a flowery explainy way. Like, I mean, everybody here knows the rules of how to do an arm wrestle, but like, let's do like, this is including all of like the house rules and stuff. And the if I keep you cheating, then I get to cheat, and you can't say shit about it, and that type of a thing. Like, I'm not going to discourage cheating. You just got to be sneaky about it.
Of course.
So here's how we're gonna do this. Okay. So the contestants, sit on stools on either side of a table, and clasp hands, and while Ghost and Pyre are basically of a height, Pyre is much more massive. So there's this massive hand that almost for a moment seems to engulf Ghosts, but I don't think it's going to work out that way. And so the rules, I assume, are once you say go, do whatever you want, basically, right? Until one hand hits the table. Yeah?
And you can't Yeah, you can't take your arm up.
And you have to keep your elbow down. Yeah.
So Jeff,
athletics
let
checks?
me propose this to you. Strength athletics checks, just one roll for each contestant, and we'll just describe.
I
Does
was
that work?
I was
fine.
planning. I was planning on doing a skill challenge, best out of 3, because I like doing, like, yeah, it's fun when someone goes boom right away, right? But I feel like there needs to be some drama here. So I was thinking
the first one needs to be right away, though.
Yeah, they're doing multiple rounds.
True.
Yeah, we have it's best 3 out of 5 already, right? So I feel like the first one's got to be a boom right away, just to like set the tone.
Okay, seems reasonable to me. Hey, who am I to argue with the will of my players? Jeff, what do you think? Is this good to you?
I think that's fine. I do like the idea of doing like the soft description, like we do a check and it's representative of a longer chain of actions than just of one moment. But
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll that, and then we'll do some description. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of arm wrestling videos on YouTube for some reason. Wow. So Pyre.
A 4. What the fuck?
So
Ghost has been doing this for me. He's
with
warmed up.
with advantage, it was a 4.
So
You're not warmed up.
M, why don't you, because this is a clear, like, Pyre was not prepared. Pyre came in, saw your skinny, gangly, like, elf arms, and did not expect the game that was about to be brought. So why don't you describe to me how this goes?
So Ghost settles down, and it's like it's one of those, the fingers go down like one at a time, and very much like the way a skeleton hand grabs another person's hand, and it has that kind of feel. And then it's just like the ref, whoever, is hands off, and it's just like, are you ready though? But are you actually ready?
At that point, Pyre will get like where a normal person would get like offended or scared or angry. Pyre gets excited.
Yeah,
like his eyes go wide, his nostrils like flame guts out of his eyes. Oh, you are magnificent.
Yes. Thank you. I try very hard on my appearance and my like entire vibe. I like what you've got going on. More of this. This is very good. You would be excellent inside. We'll talk later. We'll talk later about that. He'll
roll his shoulders, crack his neck, and he has vertebrae that a human doesn't have, so it's especially dramatic. He'll like flex the frill up his back, and I think I am ready now.
Do you want to do the other hand?
So, why not?
Already. Fair enough. Okay. So you switch to left hands, and we're going to go ahead and do the same deal. Oh, yeah, you are so glad. So a much closer bout. Yeah. So Jeff, why don't you tell me a little bit about how this looks? Because this is not like an easy win for Pyre.
Yeah. Pyre is very focused. His eyes do not leave Ghost. He's just locking eyes like, it has been a very long time since I have felt something like this. Everyone in the north just wants to survive, and I understand that urge. And then with a flare, he will pull down and will very decisively with purpose hit it down. But
Ghost is like different. Ghost is like doing that like kind of like happy vibrating bouncy dance.
No, the crowd goes wild because so far Pyre is the first person to actually defeat Ghost or even put up any sort of fight. So
no, mind you, Ghost was hustling them, so he was letting them almost win sometimes. Okay, I want to be clear. He made them work for their losses. Okay.
Now,
and so
I'm gonna go ahead and move us back to. I'm gonna make you all bounce back and forth. So we're gonna jump back over to Charlotte and Calder. As this arm wrestling match is happening, and the crowd is becoming more and more excited about this competition that's happening.
Calder's just thinking to himself, "Oh, neat! Namani's found a dragonborn arm wrestle. That's neat." And we'll go back to Charlotte.
Charlotte will hear Pyre say, "You are magnificent," and goes, "Wait, I should probably make sure that's not getting out of hand."
Before you go, I do have something for you.
Oh no, I'm not leaving.
I have a gift for you.
Okay, and Charlotte sits back down.
He will take out a scroll and will pass it to Charlotte, aware, but we'll feel like textured gripping at the edges. A marking that's clearly like been embedded into the paper, so that it has an obvious texture change. And then Calder will begin speaking in like rote wizard terms, and will essentially is giving the formula of a spell. He's describing the clothes beam, the shape wardrobe.
Oh,
he's literally teaching her the how to make clothes magic spell, like verbally.
Like, he's like essentially he's not describing it. He is describing the wizard lore formula.
I love this because
Charlotte's gonna, like,
he's just gonna geek out over this thing he invented.
Like this sounds like mending.
This sounds a whole lot easier than making 5 different unseen servants and having them hem and cut and sew everything.
It is one spell, and it can be complex, and the complexities can be expanded upon to allow for multiple sets simultaneously.
And this is what you've been working on in the middle of a war.
I am a very bored man.
He's a very bored man, and he knows Hyacinth.
And with that, we're going to move back over to our
Hyacinth's wife. But Hyacinth's wife sucks. So.
With that, I think Swoops takes off out of Merryweather's hair and is circling above the table where the match is going on.
Right now, Swoops is actually at the camera. So
yes,
yeah. So we're gonna move back over to the arm wrestling competition. We are at round 3. We are 1-1. We are the first to 3 victories. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
so regardless, and now however this hashes out, at least it's a fight. Now it's a match.
It's actually a match.
Now it's a match.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and do the third match. Contested strength athletics.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
And a 28. Ooh. A 28. So, Ghost, you realize that this guy is for real, right? Like he isn't just some bodybuilder who doesn't actually know how to use the muscles that he has clearly worked so hard on. So tell me a little bit about how you win the 3rd arm wrestling competition.
Okay, so Ghost has kind of gone a little bit street kid on it, if that makes sense. So we're talking he's moved away from now I'm hustling you, buddy, to more of okay, let's actually roll this thing. And he started he's shifted down into Elven just to see if Pyre knows Elven.
Let me pull it up.
You start talking shit in Elven.
He starts talking shit in Elven because he can do it so much faster.
No, he does not.
Okay, then as soon as he realizes that Pyre does not catch the Elven, he'll shoot back. He'd be like, okay, so you've been doing this for what, 2-3 years now? Do you want he's going to start trying to recruit him. So at first it starts shit talking, and then it's hey, we should do a fight together. It's going to be dope as shit. We're going to get so much money. People are going to love it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be radical as shit. Also, oh my God, I killed a fucking giant the other day. And he's just we're best friends now.
Yeah, and then...
and then it just happens, and Ghost hasn't noticed it yet.
Too excited to notice that you just won.
Excited. Pyre's he's listening to the pitch. In all honesty, he's very well, go on. How do you feel about fire?
I'm not against fire. How do you feel about bears?
Their furs are fun to wear.
That's fine. I like being like near one sometimes. It's very good. I like the white ones. They fit with my vibe.
In part of my training, I had to break one's back. This one's from a bear.
Oh, fancy.
And then eventually,
like this is the conversation.
So is it like casual conversation all the way down? Like, because eventually Ghost is going to be able to get on top and like.
Yeah.
Oh man.
2-1.
This is intense. This is intense.
All right.
Okay. So
possibly game point.
Gotta win
potentially
this one,
game point. Okay.
Okay.
That was nearly a 19, but it landed on a 1. So
it did. You're right. Wow.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
You've been rolling like a golden god today.
So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do.
Jeff, you have to understand.
I'm going to say that because this is match point, we are actually going to go 2 out of 3 on this round. So you get started.
I have an answer that might work well.
What's your answer?
Action surge to save. He will action surge to try and save himself.
Amazing. That's so good.
That. I love
that. So you action surge. You take another athletics check. So where we're at is Ghost like gets you down.
Are you kidding me?
Wait. No, I'll roll another one as well because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Action surge to pump it up.
No, but I've been rolling like absolute dog shit today.
Garbage.
Like I drop a 4 because the other's a 7. I dropped whatever other die was and got it because I rolled a 4.
Right. I think they were both 4s.
Oh god, I've been rolling like absolute shit.
So Ghost is able to get him down to like 2 inches above the table, like 2 inches above the table, and has that sort of really confident grin that he has when he knows he's about to win. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a second roll. We're gonna do 2 out of 3. So if it happens now, it happens. Go ahead and roll one more time. Let's see how it goes.
It'll be hard to beat.
It'll be tough to beat.
I have to roll a 19. Or 20.
Or 20, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say
look, a +9 modifier.
I'm gonna give you one
a +7 versus a +9, but I have advantage. So
down.
I know.
Mathematically, I'm supposed to be rolling better than that.
I'm gonna do one more thing. So like it's obviously like Ghost is like all right, I'm just cranking your hand down and down and down, and like I do this all the time. I'm gonna give Pyre one more shot if and only if you wild shape. If you wild shape, I will give you another roll with your new strength.
Pyre will say, "Is this a measure of our abilities? Like, are we doing this as a physical strength, or are we trying to use everything?"
Right there.
If we're going to use everything, I will too.
That strikes me as entirely fair. But I have something to tell you, in all honesty, my friend. I am not a warrior. I am a druid. And will wild shape.
So what shape are you choosing? I don't know what beast has the highest strength, but what shape are you choosing to turn into as you are about to lose this arm wrestling conversation?
I'm trying to find.
I want him to go bear. Listen, I just want him to go bear.
I don't know what's the maximum CR. Okay, so let's talk about this. What's the maximum CR that you can turn into?
It's like 2.5.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and look through.
Wait, are you a moon druid?
Yeah.
I thought you were a fire.
I'm not.
Druid.
I'm not.
Absolutely no.
Okay, so you get to turn into a polar bear. which has a strength of 20. That's as high as you're going to get.
But that's a what? A plus what modifier?
A plus 5.
There's a +5.
But with advantage, that's...
I mean, that's less.
There are definitely forms better than polar bear that could do this, but
Yeah, but the vibes are right.
yeah, it's fine. Very well. Fine.
Like, even an Allosaurus is not as strong as a polar bear.
Polar bears have elbows.
He'll turn into a polar bear, but it is a polar bear unlike anything because Pyre is different. It will start off at looking like a polar bear, but then something will change and gigantic red scales will manifest across the body, replacing the fur and turning it into this horrific looking dragon bear hybrid.
The crowd goes absolutely nuts. Like, what is happening? They are not scared. They're not fleeing. They're like, what is happening right now? You get a "This is awesome" chant going on.
Yes.
I'm going to do one more opposed check.
Okay.
So far, Ghost has won twice.
Yep.
So go ahead and give me one more opposed check.
That one will be a... Because my strength is 20.
So a 20, not a
23. So a 23.
Okay. So you turn into this red-scaled polar bear and begin to crank the hand back up. Like you were like an inch away from the table, but you managed to get up to like 45 degrees. Yeah?
Your paw is like a foot across. Like it's a huge
It's a very
paw.
large paw, and Namani, to his credit, is absolutely keeping up. Is absolutely recognizes this is happening, shifts his grip so that he can do it, and continues to apply the pressure. So you manage to wrench your hand up from almost the brink of the table to like a 45-degree angle. You're not still at 90. I would like to know how Ghost is responding.
So Ghost is going to look up at the bear that can no longer speak person anymore, and we'll go, I see. I can do that too. And now I'm going to rage.
The ghost bear will...
The ghost bear comes up and just like helmets me real quick.
I love this
and then
so
I'm
much.
going to also action surge on top of that. So that means I get 2 rolls with advantage.
Sure. Perfect.
Yep. Let's roll the first one first.
Firsties first. Advantage button. Click.
Advantage for both of you. Oh, that's going to be hard to beat.
Oh, come on.
That's going to be hard to beat. I don't think you even can beat that.
Because of my higher strength, I can beat it at a 20.
All right, roll it. Hey, it's weirder things have happened. Oh my god.
Not to me.
Oh my god.
So close.
No, but still. Okay. So he transforms, wrenches Ghost's hand back up, almost back to the 90-degree position. And Ghost, like, this is really happening right now, and really cranks down. And when the back of Pyre's hand finally hits the table, it shatters.
The table.
No, damn it!
The whole table, like there, because this is not the bar, right? This is a table in the middle of the room, and as he finally manages to overpower Pyre's hand just goes right through the table and just like cracks it in two.
Jeff, can I flip you?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, the arm goes through the table and the bear's on his back.
And
just a quick question.
To be clear,
What's
though,
your guys' passive perceptions?
Passive perception on Ghost is a 14.
Passive perception on
I don't do wisdom in this house.
Passive
Not
perception
on
is
this
a
character,
12.
at least.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Great.
And
You filming it? You filming it with the fucking GoPro kid?
Yeah. So Pyre will allow himself to turn back into his normal form and laughs happier than he has ever sounded to anyone that's here. It's an unnatural, overwhelming laugh.
The ghost bear will like wisp away, and like Ghost will like stutter a little bit, and then we'll be helping Pyre up.
Pyre very happily gets up and grabs Ghost by both shoulders. That was magnificent!
You should see it with my hammer.
You should see it when you should see it when I breathe fire.
Oh! And then Ghost is going to, pick the coins up off the floor.
As you go to pick up the coins off the floor, your little pouch isn't there anymore. And the swooping bat isn't there anymore either.
And then is the coins on the floor still? So you picked up the coins on the floor that definitely spilled when the table broke.
Oh, it was gone. It was gone before the table broke. I rolled that.
Is my
stealth
wallet
a little bit
gone
ago.
too? Is my wallet gone too?
Just the pouch of coins that was on the table.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go.
It's like, bartender, a new table and your best drink.
No. Ghost is gonna be like, wait. I will get the drink, and he's gonna go to the bartender.
Nonsense.
He's gonna start putting coins over for the table. It's not my table. I have to pay for it. It's why we weren't supposed to break it, but I did anyways.
We broke it, and I lost. I am willing to accept the loss of a table.
And
Pyre, I can fix a table. Charlotte calls over.
Charlotte, yes, thank you.
And I assume that like
in your mouth.
At that point, Calder goes, "You know that guy?"
How many gold did I lose out of that?
As you look over and like Charlotte is at the bar holding Swoops, who has just put a pouch of coins into her hand. Swoops, where did you get this?
It has like the little pouch, right? It's Ghost's pouch, so it has like a little bear print on it, but the bear print is different colors now because Ghost has convinced Calder to use it for practice.
So, let me introduce you.
That's mine. Hey, give that back. Give that. That's mine.
Namani.
Hands it back.
I am the Ghost.
Ghost. Might I introduce you? My good friend Charlotte. The Ghost.
So, I also go by Normani. You are correct. Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Calder doesn't know my most recent title. It's Charlotte Dragonslayer.
Oh,
nice to meet you.
I'm gonna look over at Pyre and be like, "Hey, let me introduce you to my new friends."
Pyre,
Okay.
like yes, I'm just happy to be here.
Two player characters of the same player have met. The entire fabric of the universe unravels.
I have two
now
player
that
characters
now
that
that we've
have done
stitched,
sex
now that
to
we've
each other.
and now that we have patched that bug and restitched the world back together.
Yeah. Oh no. So what's gonna happen here is Ghost does not know who fucking Pyre is, but Ghost is going to introduce Calder and also the Dragon Slayer to Pyre.
Yes.
And go, I am so sorry. I did a fight with you. We are now brothers. But I don't know your name.
Charlotte will
He'll
pop
say
in.
a string of words in Draconic.
Yeah.
Charlotte understands that he is the son of the eternal flame, descendant of the great Lord Cloth, ravager of the lands, destroyer of the weak, but Pyre for short.
Okay. So
Calder understands that too, because Calder also speaks Draconic.
Calder, sharp eyebrow, is like,
Oh.
Ghost is standing there with elevator music going.
Or Pyre for sure.
Pyre, I can do Pyre. Excellent.
Where is this
This
table?
is my brother
that,
Pyre.
It's on the floor. Oh yeah, yeah.
Humans cannot pronounce my name properly, and so they just chose the part of it that sounds like the word for Pyre and called me that.
Well,
Charlotte says, "Yeah, fuck humans," in Draconic to you.
See, this one understands.
Well, it did make sense because if I remember correct, like a pyre is the thing that you cook hot dogs on.
It is a thing that you cook hot dogs on. It's also a thing you burn dead bodies on.
Does
I've never
somebody want
used it for that.
lead me to where this table needs to be repaired? Like Charlotte's just holding out her hand.
So Ghost is going to be. It's right over there because Ghost is an idiot.
Calder goes, Pyre lets guide Charlotte because he is lively aware of this, and as soon as they're showing, Calder will go, Charlotte is blind and cannot see.
That doesn't seem very advantageous.
It is not. It is not something they chose.
And yeah, Charlotte will start mending the table back together.
I'm very sorry to the internet. Ghost is going to be accidentally ableist real quick. Ghost is going to lean real.
Of an idiot.
It's going to lean real close to Calder and be like, "But cannot you do the magic about it?"
Calder will go, no.
That seems like a downfall of magic. It can do the healing and the bringing back of life, but it cannot do the unblind.
Talk to the clerics.
Or talk to me, dear, if you have a question. I'm 5 feet away from you.
I thought it was 10 feet, but okay.
Your voice kind of, Ghost, your voice kind of carries.
Sorry.
It's fine. Every so often I meet someone who doesn't know about it, but, you know.
Nothing. This does not stop her from being one of the finest magic users I have ever met.
Case in point, table reassembles itself.
Magic.
So here we are, all together. What do we do?
I think that if we have overstayed our welcome if we're now damaging the furniture. I came to offer a ride for the assembly of the Brain Trust to go to the Stone Tooth.
Well, and Charlotte puts her arm once again around Pyre's giant, massive arm. We're here. We're ready to go. If you've got no more business in the city.
I do not. Ghost, we're done here. We're going to be heading back.
I'm going to put like the leftover stack of flyers on the bar. Like with the bartender, be like, if you want to sell them, you can. It's okay. I will not take it.
Before you do that, actually, the old man over there would be.
Oh right, I have to get my money. I'll be right back.
No, he will do this much better. What you're asking, much better.
And as you approach
Yes,
Thomas,
that ghost on Thomas.
As you approach Thomas, he will already be like proffering a few platinum pieces to you. As it turns out, it was a very good night for Thomas because everybody was voting. Everybody put their money on the huge Dragonborn, right? Like so many people bet on the Dragonborn. So I'm going to go ahead and give you like 10 platinum pieces out of that, which is the equivalent of 50 gold, as just your cut of the winnings for this evening because this was a big upset.
Gold. No, platinum is 10 gold. Each piece of platinum is 10.
Yeah.
I know, and he said 10 platinum.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, yes.
Oh, I did say 10 platinum.
Total,
so it would be 100, yes. I was thinking Electrum for some reason, which isn't a thing.
Who uses Electrum?
Nobody uses Electrum.
Exactly, no one uses Electrum.
It's like using a $50. Who uses a $50 coin?
Casinos.
Come on now.
Casinos, because sometimes they have to 3-2 a blackjack on an odd number bet. So they have to give. That's the only place that I know of that still regularly uses 50-cent pieces.
That's fair. They do exist.
And so,
Are we
Yeah,
are
I'll,
we
I'll
heading
pocket
back
it
to
in
the
a
Stone
different
Tooth, or is
pocket.
there anything else first?
we have nothing else here for the moment. And if we need anything, we can come back.
We should get a scarf for Kretha.
How is Greba?
Overwhelmed.
Stress.
Sounds about right. Well,
They
I
are going to
suppose
be. They are going to be over the moon to see.
I am happy to be working more hands-on. We can get into it later, but I'm eager to see this war done.
I am as well. Let's get going.
Yes.
We'll get it next time. It's fine.
Into the side room, flashing the badge appropriately. We'll flip around. We'll reach into his cloak and we'll spin out the shadow staff.
Which definitely
using it
did
as
not
arcane
fit in
focus.
that cloak, by the way. Like, there's no way that shadow staff actually fit inside the cloak while it was closed.
And we'll we'll use it as an arcane focus and then cast teleportation circle. With the knowledge of where we're going, so.
Yep.
And with that, this is a little bit early, but I want to take our first break because I feel like the next scene is going to be a long one. So it is by the time I'm done giving this rambling speech, we should be at 7:25 p.m. Pacific time. So we'll be back at 7:35 p.m. Pacific time. But that
Give it
said,
another number.
that said, if if folks are enjoying our content, we are actually migrating our TTRPG content to another channel. This campaign is going to stay here for as long as it lasts, but any future TTRPG stuff that we're doing, we're going to do over at twitch.tv/BDC Presents. Last I checked, we had 47 followers, which is literally 3 away from what we need for affiliate. So if you're watching this and if you enjoy this content, please do click that link, go over there, hit follow so that we can hit affiliate, and then we can start doing fun things like emojis and subscribers and all that other stuff.